Hello fans, welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ. Stay updated with the latest transfer gossip and breaking news.
Our today news is Antony has proven something at Man United, and sent a warning to clubs' transfer targets. Antony struggled to make an impact in the Premier League with Manchester United but has hit the ground running since joining Real Betis on loan in January. Manchester United flop Antony has proven that the Premier League is the best league in the world with his loan move to La Liga, says Clinton Morrison. Despite his impressive stint at Ajax under Erik ten Hag, Antony struggled to leave a mark in the Premier League after his whopping £86 million move. His underwhelming performances yielded only 12 goals and 5 assists in nearly 100 games for the Red Devils, leading new manager Ruben Amorim to ship him off on loan to Real Betis, where he's begun to find his feet. Ex-Premier League ace Morrison believes Antony's challenges and subsequent resurgence are indicative of just how challenging the English top flight is and how difficult it is to adapt to, serving as a warning for any other players targeted by the Red Devils from abroad. A player like Antony, he came in, nowhere near good enough, Morrison said to freebets.com. I know he's gone to Real Betis and doing ever so well in Real Betis. So, that just goes to show me the Premier League is the best league in world football. It's the hardest one to adjust to. Despite a controversial red card marring his last appearance in La Liga, Antony has kicked off his Spanish journey with an impressive 2 goals and 2 assists in just 4 games. Morrison argues that this not only highlights the challenge of excelling in the Premier League compared to other leagues but also underscores the poor recruitment strategy at Old Trafford. Recruitment has to be better, he insisted. I'm not in that football club. So, I don't know what goes on in that football club. But I do think that recruitment has been nowhere near good enough at Man United. And that is why they're struggling. It just doesn't look good where they are in the league. We're talking about Man United Football Club, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, team in world football. It's going to take 2 or 3 transfer windows until Ruben Amorim can get the players, and people can buy into how he wants to play. So it's going to be a struggle for Man United fans. And I think they accept that. With United currently languishing in 15th place in the Premier League, Morrison also worries that part of the issue is the squad's lack of fit with Amorim's tactics, stressing that any new signings must be a match for the demands of the world's best league, reports the Manchester Evening News. Coming in and changing his style so quickly, the players that haven't adjusted, Morrison concluded. He loves his 3-4-3, which some of the players I'm looking at can't play. Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our second news is, I played with Marcus Rashford at Man United. I didn't think he'd make it for one reason. One of Marcus Rashford's former Manchester United Academy teammates has explained why he initially didn't understand the hype surrounding the current Aston Villa loanee. A former Manchester United Academy star has spoken of his surprise at Marcus Rashford's stellar career. Rashford had a difficult time at Old Trafford earlier this season after being frozen out by head coach Ruben Amorim following his appointment in November. The forward is now showing signs of his old self after contributing 3 assists for Aston Villa since completing a loan move to the Midlands club at the end of the winter transfer window. Despite his recent struggles, Rashford has enjoyed an impressive career since bursting onto the scene with United at the age of 18. He has scored 138 goals in 426 appearances for the Premier League Giants, winning 5 trophies in the process. Rashford was earmarked as a superstar from an early age after joining United's youth system at just 7 years old. However, one former academy teammate has revealed how he initially found it difficult to understand the hype surrounding him. Ollie Rathbone, who now plies his trade for Wrexham in League One, came up through the ranks at the same time as the 60-cap England international. The midfielder said the reason for his doubts was due to Rashford's small stature, but he has since praised his achievements in football. Everyone seemed to know Marcus was going to make it, but he was like a baby until he was 15 or 16 and I couldn't really see it, Rathbone told The Guardian in 2019. I couldn't believe such a little lad. I know how hard he has worked and the pressure he works under, but I must admit he has handled it all brilliantly. Rathbone has been in impressive form for Hollywood-owned Wrexham since joining from Rotherham United for £500,000 last summer. The 28-year-old has scored 5 goals in 27 league appearances for the Red Dragons, who are challenging for a third successive promotion under Phil Parkinson. Rathbone spent 8 years in United's academy in total and also previously played for Rochdale. He previously disclosed how it was the actions of former United manager Louis van Gaal which ultimately led to him leaving the club he joined at the age of 11. He said, "When the time came to step up from the academy to the reserves, I was finding myself on the bench all the time. I only stuck it out for a year because basically I wasn't getting a sniff." Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our third news is Man United vs Ipswich on TV channel, live stream and kick-off time details. A struggling Manchester United host a relegation-battling Ipswich Town at Old Trafford on Wednesday, as both sides look to ascend the Premier League standings and reverse their poor form. Manchester United and Ipswich Town will both be desperate to claim all 3 points when they clash at Old Trafford on Wednesday. Ruben Amorim has had a substandard start to his tenure with the Red Devils since taking over from Erik ten Hag back in November, achieving just 4 wins, 3 draws and 8 losses from his 15 games in charge thus far. Manchester United currently languish in 15th in the Premier League standings, with just 1 win in their last 5 games, and if current form continues, could see their lowest ever finish in the English top flight. A win on home soil would see United leapfrog Everton to 14th in the table. Ipswich, meanwhile, have had a lackluster campaign of their own since achieving promotion from the Championship last year. Kieran McKenna will have known that the odds were against him and his side, who hadn't played at the top tier of English football since the 2001-02 season, and their current position of 17th in the table may come as little surprise to many. Ipswich will hope to secure valuable points on the board during their visit to a struggling United's Theatre of Dreams, as they battle relegation towards the end of the season. The Tractor Boys have just 3 wins from 26 games and will need a big push in their remaining 12 games to see Premier League football next season. With a massive night of action ahead, Mirror Football breaks down how fans can watch Manchester United's clash with Ipswich Town from the comfort of their own home. Manchester United will kick off their Premier League clash with Ipswich Town at Old Trafford at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday evening. It is one of 5 Premier League fixtures that will be played on the night. Brentford play host to Everton, Spurs face Manchester City, and Nottingham Forest meet with Arsenal at the same time. Liverpool will also face Newcastle United at Anfield at a later time of 8:15 p.m. Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our last news is Man United news. Ruben Amorim maintains job loss stance as club record transfer backed. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has continued to blame the poor results on the pitch for the club's major staff cuts after another round of redundancies was announced. Manchester United's fortunes show no sign of improving, be that on or off the pitch. The Red Devils needed 2 late goals to avoid defeat at Everton on Saturday as they took a point against former manager David Moyes. It did little to improve their Premier League position as they remain in 15th and on course for more unwanted records. Off the pitch, Ineos continue to be ruthless in their attempts to make the club a powerhouse once again. They have already cut numerous jobs, with more now announced, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe makes it clear that United are towing the line financially following several unprofitable years with more jobs to go. Amorim blames results for job cuts. Amorim has continued to insist that poor performances on the pitch are costing staff members their jobs after another round of staff cuts was announced in Manchester. Ratcliffe has come in and looked for ways to save cash with long-serving employees paying the price. United laid off 250 employees last year, with up to 200 more set to be let go this year. Staff were informed of plans to further cut the workforce on Monday. Amorim, who previously said the team were responsible, has doubled down on his view. He said, "That is clear. And we have to, of course, address all the problems in the club. But one important piece of this moment is to understand how we get to this situation, and it has to do a lot with the lack of success of the football team, because I think we are the engine of any football club. I just want to help improve the club in my department, to improve the team and the players to have success. York backs Pogba. Return. Club legend Dwight York has urged his former club to sign Paul Pogba for the third time despite the nature of his two exits. The midfielder left as a teenager for Juventus and then, back in 2022, allowed his contract to wind down and he left for free. Pogba has previously been a hugely influential figure, but he's been tipped to improve United. The World Cup winner has had to sit on the sidelines after being hit with a drugs ban, but that suspension ends next month and York wants the club to bring him back and challenge him to produce his best football once again. York said, "I would give Paul Pogba a third chance, definitely, because of what United currently have and because of what we know he is capable of producing. I would say, let's have a look. Give him a contract. You've got time here to prove yourself." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Man United Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates?